Okay, so I've got this old 60s speaker, and the story behind this is just a few hours ago. Well, here's the thing. My grandparents on one side of my family just moved over here, and they had these old speakers, and my mom actually grew up listening to these exact speakers, and they were passed down to me. Pretty much, these speakers have been part of this family for a really long time, and now I finally have these speakers, so, I feel like it would kind of be worth it to test this, disassemble this, do whatever we do with any of my other speakers. These are very, very rare. I could not find anything about these by looking them up. I just found replacement car speakers for the car company Lincoln instead of speakers made by a brand called Lincoln. I couldn't find anything on this brand on the internet. Chances are these were probably just your average speaker back then. I don't know what else they could have been because, you know, they're basic speakers, but they just have that cool feeling about them because they're just really they're early 60s is what they said they were, or late 50s. I'm not sure exactly when they were made, but they're my new oldest speaker, most likely. So let's get on to testing these. Testing 1. I do have another one that's missing the Lincoln badge and doesn't have the rip in the grill by the woofer. Oh right, I forgot to tell you something about these. That is not a woofer and a tweeter. That is a full range driver and a bass port. So, a little bit different than I was expecting, but now let's get on to testing these speakers, finally. So I do have new music going through this. I am going to play some guitars and some other stuff through this, through an app on my phone. Right now I'm just playing a no copyright song off of YouTube. Now I'm gonna boost the bass a little bit, just to show you what it would sound like with more bass. I would say this speaker sort of needs that a little bit, because of its design. Unlike my other old speakers, the two KLHs that you may or may not have seen. Now let's actually take a look on the inside of this speaker and see what we have. And we're probably going to also test the woofer in my next video. Okay, so after moving the 8 large Phillips head screws from the back of this panel, the back of the speaker, the back panel, I have one of these open slightly, so if I go like this, I'm able to take off the back, and what we see is we've got a woofer and a port. And I'm gonna wanna untighten these screws to take those wires out first. Okay, so what I found weird about these wires is this insulation on them is some sort of fabric. I don't know what that is, or why it would be used instead of plastic. I don't know, did plastic even exist back then? I don't know. I don't know what existed back in the 50s and what didn't. But the wires used that fabric. 50s, 60s, I don't know. Now, I'm undoing these bolts. These are actually fairly easy to get off. I don't know why the bolts are hollow on this thing. So, it turns out my fact about the plastic the insulation on the wires with the plastic, plastic was just becoming popular in the 60s, so a lot of manufacturers were probably still using that fabric on the insulation on their wires. I don't know what that fabric is, but they were able to make it red and black fabric. So my first impressions the first time I took this woofer out were like, whoa, what? Why are there 2 dust caps on here? It really does not make sense why there are 2 dust caps on this woofer. And this is a Jensen woofer, so it's a special design Jensen based in Chicago. It's a fairly nice woofer, actually. It's actually not a woofer, it's a full range driver is what it is. This is pushed in. I feel like I'm able to fix that very, very easily by just using a little bit of air pressure from something to like suck it out. Okay, so the dust cap was porous, so that is not gonna happen. So, first thing we notice is we got a paper cone. This is actually a very typical woofer. Even today's woofers looked mostly like this. I'm just gonna set this up here like this. Just fits. It's really, really weird how they make it so it'll only drop if you put it on its side like that. You'll notice they cut it out to make room for the woofer on the 2 sides. You know why there's only insulation on the bottom in that side and not on any of the other sides other than the back panel. Probably just to cut costs or something. Okay, so turning the flash on, you can see what's in there. They used blue glue. A lot of old speakers use weird colored stuff. It is actually a fairly typical woofer. Other than that weird double dust cap, whatever. Why, I don't know why they would have done that. I know what the use for that double dust cap even is. Just looking at that closely. There's a second dust cap glued on there. That's weird, so that's what's inside this old speaker. My tripod keeps falling down again. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and see you in my next video.